Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the tangle Knase from Zentangle. All right, this is a nice high contrast border tangle. Starts off obviously with creating a border, and I'm going to make mine wiggly. Not necessarily orating that, just cause I feel like it, cause it's fun to just do things different. All right, especially me. I end up in a lot of times ruts of okay, I'm gonna do this because I kind of I do like more of an S-ish type of shape. And I remember being so impressed with myself when I could do that the first time. And I'm like, oh, I will continue to do that. And then, every once in a while, I'll just change it up a little bit and it's fun. All right, next, a giant zigzag all the way across. And so, let's see, let's see, get this so that we can make sure to see. So I'm going to start here. Go off, and then I'm going to finish this one up right here. I like to do that because it's just easier. So I have, solid, and then I can just, put however it's gonna. Well, it would, I guess, technically it'd be however it would have began had I started there. But I find it easier just to think, okay, I can do. Well, that's a lot of times why I start in the middle. Same idea. Here is just like, okay, I know I can get a full one in there, and then we'll deal with the rest. However it ends up. But actually, here, if I was to come, let's say it would come up about here. Oh yeah, because we'd have a little line coming down there. All right. Next, we're going to first off aura that. So creating another V inside of there. And we're going to fill that in. And let's, do that. All right. And I'm going to move to the graphic one so we can fill it in quicker. And then on my version of actually there is only my version of the step out. So this one was, you'll find a for more inspiration link. That'll take you to Tangle Patterns. And Linda, she does such a great job. And just by the way, because I know this is, I don't know if it's November 1st, usually, every once a year. Linda will put out a push, if you want to support her. But you can support her at any time. But she does once a year put out a guide to tangle patterns, and it's basically the thumbnails. If you've not gone there, click the link and you'll see. But the little picture that she does, the thumbnail. If you buy the book, it's collection of those in alphabetical order. And the nice thing is, when you click on any of the thumbnails, it'll take you right to that step out. Really, really nice. Lot of work. Even adding on, because she does it so it's whatever every tangle that's on her site for that that year. I mean, I know you just keep just adding however many. I mean, let's see, it's not necessarily once a day, because it seems like the weekends you don't see a new tangle, and there's some days of the week, so I don't know how many she's adding in every single day, but there's a lot. And it's a lot of work. So I like to, buy the book, and you can always, like to throw in a little extra, just because I use her site so much and I really appreciate it. So that's why I'm giving a shout out here to Linda Farmer, CZT, and her site. But what's extra nice is there are tangles that from Zentangle that they have not put out in a blog or something, and they used to say, and I'm sure maybe it's still something. It's not like we're not allowed to publish them. It's just they saved some back for CCTs to have something a little extra special to share. But with internet, everything is out there, but they did include this one in one of the 12, was it 12 Z's of Zentangle, 12 days of Zentangle. Anyway, the video is there. I don't believe that they have like published a step out with it in the newsletter. So she normally includes that, and I didn't see that, and I like to share that as well. But I share that link so that way you can watch the video and be inspired, because that's the whole idea. All right, so on the step out, if you want, so you could just do it like this, following your line, right? And I'm talking about the darkened in areas. But if you want to add a little something extra, you could put just a little curve line. It doesn't have to be real tall or anything. I mean, that's of course up to you, but just a little bump. And look at how neat that looks. I mean, this one, because the curve is there, it kind of looks like that anyway. But let's just do a little on each of them. And it gives it a neat kind of 3D-ish. Like these are like, it's wrapped around. And I'm trying to think some of the other ones we've done this, maybe Aquafleur, is it Y4? A fairly new tangle from Zentangle. That was as part of the decoration they did that. But like I said, it's a really neat effect. And of course, okay, it's like, well, let's, maybe make them a little bit more even, and that will, whoops. Have to be careful when I'm making things all even. Okay, that looks better in my mind. Okay. Then next is, we're going to similar. We're going to aura these sections. Except on these ones, we're just going to put some squiggly lines. So I like to start in the center and then work to either side. However you like to do it. Of course, just, do it. I like to do it this way because that way at least, I'm for the most part ensured that I'll have one coming up the center. But if you work better, like this, say coming from one side and working your way up, that's up to you. All right, let's see if I can. There we go. I normally don't like to put something in between, but I felt like I had too big of a gap there. I wasn't happy with it. And that's it. Except for shading if you wish to shade. But it's just a really neat border tangle. Now you could, if you wanted to make it a fill-in, you could just repeat. I probably wouldn't put the little bumps there, but you could just, fill in lines and do the same thing, zigzag, do all of the steps, and have them, one on top of each other. That will work. That would be really neat. All right, next, let's just do a little bit of shading. And because we have so much dark here, actually, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go in between and then not take my Tortillion over that because it's going to totally rip up everything because it's still kind of wet. You have to be, especially with the Zentangle tiles, you just have to be careful of that. All right. Here we go. Like I've got every Tortillion out that has a color on it. Where's my dark one? There it is. And yeah, like I said, here, I'm going to go in a little bit on the edge there, just because, okay, so for instance, if I was trying to avoid it, then what you end up with is like this, where it's scooped down, but I want it to look like, it's, part of that band. So I'm going over just a little bit so that way it's straight, if that makes sense. And look at that. Oh my gosh, that shading is amazing. It's so magical. I love it. And if you want to make it, more dramatic, of course, just, you can add a little bit more graphite to the side. Let's do, I'm seeing it darker here than I am on the, okay. And then I'm just going to go back and forth just to make that a little softer, but not bring it out here, and to keep the darkness concentrated. Oh, look at that, made a difference. Oh, so cool. And another thought is you could, because I'm thinking, oh, that could be neat, especially if I did it maybe a little bit bigger. I don't know, but even in here, so that way it would recess these sections, and that could look neat too. So anyway, just some thoughts, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please click on the like button. If you liked it enough to see more, would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. In the description section, I mentioned link to my step out, as well as do take a look at the For More Inspiration link and watch that video. Below that is my link tree, which has all my social media on it, links to, hence the name. Also, ways to follow me if you are interested in classes. I do teach twice weekly, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Thursdays are free. It's called Tangle Time, and we'll take a tangle or two and just have fun with it and explore it, and see what everybody comes up with. It's a lot of fun. And Tuesdays, I do have, actually, at the time of this recording, next Tuesday, which would be the third Tuesday of the month, is Tough Tangle Tuesday, and that one is also free. And as the name suggests, I look for tangles that are tougher on a number of levels, whether it's or number of levels, reasons. It could be that it just takes a little bit more focus than the other tangles. Could be it has a lot more steps, or just that it is just plain, all of the above, and it's just hard. So we try to tackle some of those and have fun and work through them. So again, that one is free as well. And let's see, the other thing I do like to highlight is that we have a Tangle Addicts community Facebook group. If you'd like to join us there, there's the link is on the link tree, and there are 4 questions you have to answer in order to gain entry. I just like to make sure to say that. And so, yeah, because I say that here, my assumption is that those that are trying to join that don't answer anything are just, bots or something, or they just say, yeah, I don't like those questions. I changed my mind. I never mind. And that could be the case too. It's nothing hard or anything. It just kind of outlines, kind of the expectations and intention of the group and stuff like that. So anyway, I think that's it. And I'd like to thank you again for watching, liking, and subscribing, and all of that. And I wish you happy tangling.